Proceed with him. He gave you eyes, good sight for your vision. He gave you ears that will aid your hearing, a tongue that tastes your body parts and organs. He created the earth as an expanse and the mountains as specks, and created us in pairs, and made our sleep a rest, and made the night a covering. He made the day a means of subsistence, and built over us the seven firmament, and placed therein a light of splendor, and sent down from the cloud water in abundance, so that we may produce therewith corn and vegetables, and gardens of luxurious growth. But if the devil whisper, you will do his biddings. Why are we so comfortable with sinning? Why do we hate each other when Allah said it's forbidden? See, we pray every day, but we don't praise Him enough. Oh, do we truly seek His guidance, or we're just making a bluff? We let our heart be full of resentment instead of love. Oh, Ya Allah, we are by our sins burdened, and by our mistakes fatigued. Blinded by our ignorance, we are so lost in greed. We ask you, the asking of those who are humble in need, please grant us what we ask you. Ya Rahim, Ya Rahim, Allah Elohim, my Lord, you are supreme, the one true King, the best architect and the builder of all dreams. See, I place you above. I love you like none other. You are worthy enough. I will glorify you forever. Allah, there's no God but He. He's the ever-living, He's the self-subsistent, by whom all subsist. Slumber overtakes Him not, and no sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heaven and whatever is in the earth. So who is He that can intercede with Him? But by His permission, He knows what is before them, and they encompass nothing. Nothing of His knowledge except that which He pleases. His knowledge extends over the heaven and the earth, and the preservation of them. It both tires Him not. He's the Most High, the Great, As-Samad, the Master, who none can speak after. He's the one that we ask for when we are in need or disaster. Yet He needs no one, no partner, no son. No internal organ and no nutrition is needed, and that is not a notion. He begets not, nor was He begotten, and the meaning of begotten has long been forgotten. He negates children first before parents, even though the cycle of life is obviously oppositely apparent, because most track to shirk the shaitan brings by associating to Allah, not parents but offspring. You see, He has no partner, no equal, no update, no sequel, no angel, no people. To think so is legal. To think so is lethal to all those who are seeking God. He alone is the one to be feared in art. He alone is the one to be revered in sword. He alone is the one, and He loves the art. Well, the title of my poem is called Halal Date. It's actually a girl I toasted with Quranic verses. So I want you to pay attention. It goes like this. I spotted this ethereal girl from afar. Ya salam, she was sparkling like a star. With the reflection of the sun on her skin, it glistens. She was modestly dressed and fully covered in her hijabi. She has this mind-boggling look, and it really got me shook. I can tell that her personality was off the hook. She was a very devoted Muslimah. I met her on a Sunday evening. I met her at a time like this. She walked past my street. I saw her walking with this majestical pride, like a proud peacock on its way to the pond. I followed her tippy toes. I was walking in my own 30 space. I made her a few blocks away from the house where I live. At first, when I saw her, I adored her. But I was unable to move like a nincompoop. It was more like a peripetia when I made up my mind instantly and decided to man up like the real men do, because I was mighty scared of being ignored. I know that she probably might press me in the air, of course, or maybe she might just shrug her shoulders and go her separate way and leave me there with no choice. You see, the truth is, you should expect anything from girls of such caliber. They are so unpredictable like a peradventure. They are not about the money, but your high moral standard. They are about the Islamic ethos and norms. Your behavior and character is all that matters. And those kind of girls have been talked to strangers, and I was really trying hard to get familiar. So I said to myself, what if she leaves me high and dry? But you know, as a go-getter, the least I will do is try. So I did make an attempt, because there's no harm in trying, and that's something I've learned. Many thoughts were running in my head, of course, but one thing for certain I was positive about it was her personality and persona that speaks good of her in volume. As I walked close to her, I sensed nervousness. There was this modestness and the way that she responded, and I became intrigued by her awesomeness, because that sister was an unusual girl. You see, I had butterflies in my stomach. You know, it's natural to have it, especially when you're a cupid. But I want this remarkable first impression, and I really don't want to blow it. So I came through with a good move, trying to start a conversation. You know how Muslims do. What better introduction do we have than to say as-salam? So I did say as-salam, in which she responded with peace be unto you too. I said, Subhanallah, MashaAllah, sister, you are beautiful. Was like Deeno-Halal Date, meaning we will beautify them for your looks. And then she turned around and frowned and responded, وَحَفِظْنَاهَا مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْطَانٍ رَجِيمٍ, meaning we will protect them from every evil, the outcast. What? That was really awful. It wasn't encouraging. She was pleasantly beautiful, and I gave her a compliment, but she thought I was flirting. Then she frowned and responded with aggression. And that made me stifle aside and think for a second. I became very complacent and worried. I'm so worried with the way she responded to me. Then she noticed that and gave me this ayah, بَلْ هِيَ فِتْنَةٌ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, meaning men are calamities, just that most of the women do not know. So ironically, she was referring to me. She was calling me a calamity of such. And that verse she quoted moved me. So I gave her this ayah in return. I said, sister, وَاتَّقُوا فِتْنَةٌ لَا تُصِيبَنَّ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنكُمْ خَاصَّةً. Sister, beware of every calamity when it befalls. Everybody can be involved. If I am the calamity, then you are the victim. You will need a Superman. I can be your clock hand. Because when calamity befalls, it doesn't leave loose ends. It destroys everybody, both the good and the bad ones. As long as I'm alive, we're still kicking. We are knee deep in this together, and we are all victims. I told her of the status quo of men in the religion of Islam, and to establish my reality, I quoted the verse in the Quran that says, "Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa," meaning men should be treated with higher regard than women. And also gave her the dhakari mislu hazil unsayn, but she was still trying to claim gender equality. I laughed at her comedy. To digress a little bit, I told her that the reason why I stopped her is because zuyyina linnasi hubbu shahawati min an-nisa. Allah has instilled the love of women in the hearts of men. And if truth be told, I'm single and still searching. And just as she knows of the ayah that says, وَانْكِحُوا الْأَيَامَ مِنْكُمْ وَالصَّالِحِينَ مِنْ عِبَادِكُمْ وَإِمَائِكُمْ, I told her that I want her to be my حُورٌ كَأَمْثَالِ اللُّؤْلُؤِ الْمَكْنُونِ جَزَاءً مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. But the sister said, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. That brother, if you want me, then you have to do the needful. You should be nice like polite manners, and maybe I might love you. She says that nisa'ukum harsul lakum, and claimed that she has witnessed a lot of relationships that ended up in a turmoil. They never had good companions. They were just dwindling and swerving over retarded relationship. She said marriage is not a dating, but a journey of a lifetime that is meant to last forever, and she doesn't want to make the wrong choice and then regret it later. I said, sister, nothing will happen illa an yasha Allah, except that which Allah wills. And besides, asa an tukrahu shay'an wa huwa khairul lakum. You probably might dislike something, not knowing that that thing is a blessing to you. To digress a little bit, I told her that I'm not rich. I'm a teacher, I don't have a car, but I can take care of her. Besides, وَإِنْ كَانَ ذُو أُسْرَةٍ فَنَظَرَتْ إِلَى مَيْسَرَةٍ. We can do it like Maysara, who got married with no money and had a wonderful matrimony. He's met in a life when zippy. This is the sad. She said, حَتَّى يُغْنِيَهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. I should wait until Allah blesses me from His bounties. When I have what it takes, I should come, we will settle this straight. Only if I can be able to atu nisa'a sadaqatuhunna nihla, if I can be able to pay for her dowry. I said, sister, وَإِن لَمْ يَجِدُوا حَرْجًا إِلَّا نَصَرَهُ اللَّهُ. For those that don't have that money, but they have good faith, character, and wisdom, they should be granted anything. I beg her to be considerate. Ask around about me, and one of the ibadur rahman alladhina yamshuna ala al-ardi hauna. I woke upon this earth with humility, and I, ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul, I'm obedient to Allah, obedient to His Messenger. Aqimu salat wa atu zakat. I pray 5 times, I give alms to the needy, and I fast because the Quran says, Kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba alladhina min qablikum. And as a matter of fact, I want her to be my kawaiba atraba, my companion of equal age. But this sister says, Ulaika anhabu ba'di. Please, brother, apart from me. I was standing close to her, but when she quoted, A'udhu bi rahmani minka in kunta taqiyya, that made me keep my composure. I was still trying to convince her from a distance at some point while we were conversing. I quoted وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً to explain myself further. Mawadda in this ayah means love. It talks about bonding. We already had the connection, but she's making this an issue, giving me hard times in advances. I told her I'm serious like a heart attack. And just as she knows, خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا, we created you in pairs, ذُكُورًا وَإِنَاثًا, male and female. And this feeling that I felt is hubbun kasira. Her head bowed, face down. And I can tell that this sister was running short of words. And that was when I asked her her name, and she said her name is Aish. I said, oh, what a coincidence. I share the same name with my Rasul, I'm Muhammad. It would be very cool if I take you out on a rendezvous. We'll go to one of the Islamic conferences, maybe the journey of faith, and hit the mall afterward. Let's chill on a halal date. But she said, nah, وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَا تَبَرَّجَ الْجَاهِلِيَّةَ الْأُولَى. That she doesn't roam around the streets, she was raised different. I always strongly assume that all the women in the world are made up of the same composition. If there's a change in anything, to be the outfit that we're dressing. But unfortunately, what this sister showed to me, she was an unusual breed. She changed my ideology and my whole perception. I was astounded at the scenery. For the first rejection, it was just that leap of faith that kept me going. We were just chatting and dragging like a long tour of interview. And that was when she asked me to, how many hizb of the Quran did I hit, and how many hadith of the Rasul did I memorize? I told her I had like 3,004, and for the Quranic chapters, I've committed it all in my memory. Peculiarly, the way she turned around and smiled at me beautifully, that was like a green sign to say, you're welcome, Adonis. Girls nowadays have their specs and requirement. They operate like a PC, but I think I am fine then. I don't want to be that intruder, so to say, a stalker, so I kept my composure. I called that a win-win. I was jumping off the grid. I believe my jokes went laughable so conclusively. Our first meeting went very dope, and I think I got a shot on a real note, especially when she told me to come over to her madrasa in Guarimpa. That would be the perfect venue for us to meet. Besides, we don't have anything nothing to hide. We're just doing the needful. We'll marry at some point in our life. I told her, oh yeah, that is so true, but if you do what we have to. But she said, first thing first, I need to come home to see our parents. If all said is done, if I introduce myself to them, she promised me that we'll go out officially on a halal date. Not just the two of us, but her sister will be an associate. She'll be part of the conglomerate. I said, it's all good, because I had positive motives, positive about it. I did all that she said I had to, and alhamdulillah, everything went out successful. Now we have advanced it. We get to see in a halal way. We chill on halal, eat halal places. We go on halal dates. Peace. Thank you.